first grade. Today we're going to be learning all about shapes. We're going to take what we learned about lines last week and combine it with our new info about shapes that we learned today. And then we're going to make a beautiful cityscape. Last week we learned about the element of art, line. We will quickly review line this week and then start learning about shapes. Shapes. Circle. Square. Triangle. Rectangle. Oval. And diamond. These are the 6 shapes we will focus on for our project. Now we're going to take a look at some cityscapes. A cityscape is a drawing, painting, or photograph of the city. When you're looking at these cities, shout out some of the shapes that you see. Do you see rectangles, circles, triangles, diamonds, or squares? Do you see other shapes that I haven't mentioned? I notice most of the cities have lots of rectangles and squares. See the triangles and circles along with rectangles and squares? For our lesson today, we're going to combine line and shape. We're going to look at the work of 2 different artists and then combine their 2 styles together. The first artist created this painting, The Starry Night, and his name is Vincent van Gogh. This cityscape was created by the artist James Rizzi. Let's focus on line first and look at The Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. Follow the red dot with your eyes. Notice the lines in a sky that spiral around. Follow this red dot. Notice how these lines curve around in a circle. This red dot shows us horizontal lines, diagonal lines, and curved lines all combined together. Notice these vertical curvy lines. And so many other lines. What lines do you see? Now let's take a look at the shapes of James Rizzi's cityscape. Oh, I found a rectangle. The top of this building is a triangle. The eyes in this building are diamond-shaped. Lots of square windows. Look at the circle shape in the sun. This building's mouth is an oval. Let's combine these artworks together.
To draw the city, the first thing I want you to do is write your name and class code
on the front. I know we used to do it on the back, but now I need to know whose picture is being sent. So just very small in the corner on the bottom right, and then draw kind of a rectangle around it so that it doesn't interfere with your picture. All right, we are going to begin our city by drawing rectangles. So some can be short, some can be tall and skinny, some might be wide. I could have them connecting two different buildings. I could draw a rectangle that starts on another building, and I'll just draw a line to finish that up. Now I want to make my buildings look more interesting, like James Rizzi. So I'm going to use triangles, circles, rectangles, squares, any of those shapes that we've learned about. All right, now I have my buildings. It's time to add some different fun faces. You can look at the different handouts for face ideas, and remember we're doing shapes, so try to use all the shapes we've learned about. You can also just make up your own faces using different shapes. Now that I have faces on my buildings, I'm going to add lots of different windows. Remember all the different shaped windows we saw in James Rizzi's. All right, now I'm going to add the sky using all those different colors and lines that I saw in Vincent van Gogh's Starry Night. So I think I'll start with a moon, and I'm going to use that crescent shape. I'm going to use markers, but you're welcome to use crayons or just a pencil if that's all you have. So I started by drawing the letter C for my moon, and now I'm going to make some lines around it. Remember how some went around in a circle? And I'm using short dashed lines because that's what I saw in Van Gogh's artwork. Maybe now I'll use some of those swirling lines. If you run into a building, just jump over it. And remember, you can use any colors that you want in your sky. So maybe I'll add a little bit of pink, even though I didn't see that in Vincent's sky. I like it. And finally, the last step is to color your buildings. Lots of bright, beautiful colors, any colors that you want. All right, it's all done. Remember, if you don't have markers at home to color your picture, you can use anything. Crayons, paint, if you have pastels, anything you can find to color in your beautiful line and shape city inspired by Vincent van Gogh and James Rizzi.